It is a great joy and honor to come into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. This is Emmanuel Mensah, a co-founder of the Eagle Mentality Group. At the Eagle Mentality Group, we teach and propagate information about the power of thought, universal laws and principles, and how these laws and our thinking patterns, thought processes, comes together to create our realities. All human beings are creating their realities, be it individuals or collectively as a group. All is based on what we accept, the thoughts that we will establish as our beliefs. And based on our beliefs, we make choices and take actions. And through that, the forces in the universe, the laws in the universe conspire to make what we have created a reality. And so you are the creator of your own reality. Nothing has ever been forced into your life, and nothing will ever be forced into your life by any outside force, but it is all within you. Anyway, that is just by the way, and that is my way of opening our conversation. And as a matter of fact, it's a very good education in that case, yeah, you see. So please, take it and work with it. You create your own reality. And so today we are going to continue on our discussion under the theme, the quest for uniform and sustainable development in Africa, Ghana as a case study. And so we have touched on a lot of things. And the past 2 days, I spoke about the working class or the skilled worker class. Today, I'm going to expand on it. And then I'm going to relate it to how competitive are Africans outside our nations. How competitive? What makes us stand out so that we can get good jobs? So this is what we are looking at. But before we go on, I just want to take this opportunity to appeal to you that if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please click on the subscribe button as you watch or as you listen to me, and join us. Let us make this community grow and share these messages amongst ourselves such that we will empower one another. We will awaken ourselves to the reality. If you have already done that, we salute you and we say keep on doing the good work. If you want to be part of this project in any way, or if you want to contribute to it in any way, leave a note at in the comment section, and we will pick it from there and then connect with you. Especially if you are in Canada, in the Greater Toronto area, and you want to physically be part of this project, leave a note and we will connect with you for us to pick it from there. And so having done this, let us move on to our today's topic for discussion. And the topic is on how competitive Africans are outside our nations based on the training, the education that we receive at home. And I want to put it before you, especially those of you at home, that you are thinking of traveling abroad. Any African that travels outside Ghana that has no university education, that has no qualification or education, a training such as nursing and maybe teachers. Apart from this group of people, no African or Ghanaians that travel outside have anything or has anything that makes him or her stand out in terms of experience, in terms of qualification other than maybe degree or nursing and teacher training education. None. Every African that falls outside this category has no qualification, has no anything to prove, to show that he can actually establish him or herself in a particular trade that he was practicing in Africa. If someone has done plumbing, the standards here, the person will not meet it. We have a lot of plumbers who have come here. And for them to be able to fit in, they have to do other additional training. If you have like electrical, those who are in electricals, if you come here from Africa, whatever you've done is not recognized. If you take to, or go through every nook and corner of this skilled worker industry, and you will see that Africans, Ghanaians, we are far, far behind the reality. And so we don't have any competitive edge. And then if you even go to into computing, that is even the worst situation. Africans' understanding of computing is maybe learning Microsoft Word and Excel and some of these things. But there are a lot of things that you learn in computer, and those things that employers are looking for, that is programming and all this kind of computer skills. You see, how to, connect the connectivity of the hardware. Everything is done according to standards. But in Ghana and Africa, we don't have those standards. We don't have these programs that train people to have these experiences. And so when our people travel outside, it's a fact. I have lived in Europe and I'm living in North America. So whatever I'm saying is something that I know practically. I have seen people, I observe people, I have met people who have gone through this. I know it for a fact. And anyone in Europe or North America listening to me will be a witness to this. You see, so when an African takes his or her bag that he's traveling abroad, he's destined to do only one thing, that is manual labor. That is the starting point. Unless the person come and stay here and do some kind of things, work him or herself to a certain level before he can even settle for an entry-level job. And even if you take education, from my experience, teachers in Africa, Ghana, I know for sure, are not, the qualification is not recognized here. The difference is that for you to become a teacher in North America or Europe, England I know, Canada I know, and I know US, you need to have a degree. You need to be a degree holder. So you do your teacher training course, or you have your teacher training course after you've attained a degree in a certain area. And then you go and do the teacher training program. Then you take an exam in England, they call it QTS. That is the Qualified Teaching Status by the General Teacher Training Council, organized by the General Teacher Training Council. And then when you pass, you have your academic training and this professional training, and that gives you the right to teach. And so if you look at it in Ghana and African countries, teachers normally from senior high school, they go into training colleges, they train them, then they post them to stations, you see. So when you compare this, the teachers outside Africa are not competitive. They cannot compare with other teachers in outside world. It's a fact, you see. And so these are some of the things that we are just walking past. We are trampling upon them without picking them to analyze and find solutions to some of these things. Africans are less competitive. Even when you take university students, how many university students in Africa complete university with internship as part of their training? How many university students have the opportunity to do co-op? And so when African university comes to this part of the world, they are only academic degree holders. They have no experience in, if someone has studied accounting at the University of Ghana, he comes to maybe Canada or UK or US, the person has no experience in accounting jobs or accounting profession. That is a fact. So this is how we pitch ourselves with the world. And then sometimes this kind of accusation that they don't want to give us jobs, they don't want to do that, is racism. Those of us from Africa, we have to be very, very careful by making those statements. But you need to assess yourself and look at the job description, what you're looking for, whether you are actually a good fit. That is a fact. And all because our educational system back at home has not helped us. So the problem was created at home, but not here where you are looking for the job. You see, so let us be factual. Our experiences should empower us for us to take a stand and make sure that we will force a certain change back at home, so that people who may in the future even want to travel professionally will not face this kind of situations. African universities are producing graduates that are less competitive compared to other universities in the West. And then when you talk of the ordinary young man that couldn't go to college, couldn't go to any of this institution, if he happens to travel abroad, by any means, he is just coming without any profession, without any skill to showcase. But over here, even school dropouts, those who couldn't go to school, there are what we call the apprenticeship. There are a lot of mentorship. And so people can actually take these programs and establish themselves in other trades like plumbing, like electricals, like mason. All these things people can easily leverage or take advantage of these programs and establish themselves as professionals, you see. And so there are a lot of things that we are not taking care of, and it's because our educational system is not, giving us what is needed in this 21st century. What is needed to be competitive? The educational system is not giving us that. You see, and so you meet Africans coming to this part of the world who are practically nothing. They hold nothing. If the person is a degree holder, he has no experience. And therefore, he comes here, he eventually turn around and do something different. If the person is, someone who has attended a polytechnic, some of these traditional polytechnics and other things, everything that they've learned is on paper, no practical experiences. You see, and so we cannot sit down and look at these things and say, we will go forward. The truth is that you cannot run a vibrant economy without skilled workers, without the existence of vibrant skilled working class. And that is what we have to look at. As I spoke yesterday, our educational system is only about book, and we do not have other programs that will cater for those who couldn't do the book aspect. Apprenticeship is well recognized in the West, in the developed world, through which young men and women establish themselves. They work with established people, professionals, and these professionals work with the colleges. And therefore, when they do this apprenticeship, they have the hands-on. With the help of the college, they find a way to get them a certificate. The apprenticeship program, I know a lot of people who have their jobs, their positions through apprenticeship, through mentorship. What are we doing in Africa? We've left everything just lying down. No organization, no focus, apart from we going about making noise. But all is because you, the ordinary person, you don't understand. You don't have the understanding and the knowledge about the system. Those people, those of us that are here, majority of them don't even understand the system. And even as I said, the person only struggles to enter this place, and therefore he's ready to do anything just for money. You see, but we don't look at how this system was created such that we are even able to come here even to be the manual labor. You see, so majority of Africans that travel outside are only doing manual labor jobs. Even university graduates and some of these polytechnics and other students, they end up in that category because what they have done in Africa is not relevant. It has no relevance on what is on the job market here. And so this is the time that we need to look at revamping our educational system. And as I said yesterday, and I will repeat it, if I am the president of Ghana, His Excellency John Mahama, all other things will be secondary. But I will pick up a few things that I will do that will change Ghana forever. And Africans will emulate it. That is one, the educational system. The educational system will be revamped. Actually, if necessary, we will recreate a new educational system. And the focus is going to be on the production of high-level skilled worker class. All students passing through elementary and secondary school will have a certain form of vocational training. I think that was what initially the GSS system started. But as a matter of fact, the way we do things and we roll out things, we don't think through. It's because the GSS system is not working because they did not look at the things that plan it well. You see, the first education has to be to the general public that university education is not the only credible qualification that a human being can hold. But there are a lot of people who are actually well-to-do that never stepped in the classes of universities. And therefore, when we make this effort to encourage and to educate the ordinary people to understand that you can become, do, and have anything in any area that you pick as your profession, especially those that you have passion for, you will be successful. You will be successful. So I am putting it before you. And anyone that is listening to me from the outside in the diaspora, you are a witness. If you think I'm saying something that is not true, you can leave a comment or you can make your own video and challenge me. Almost every African that travels outside to the developed world is less competitive. When it comes to competitive advantage, we don't have, because our educational system is crap. It's not giving us any skills. And by experience, I have worked and even met a lot of young men and women from Asia, India, Japan, Taiwan, all those kind of things in Canada here. When I came here and I was going through the newcomer program, I've met a lot of them. And when they talk of what they can do, when you go for program, these are the people they are looking for. You see, because they have hands-on skills. Give them any kind of practical activity in terms of computing, in terms of any of the trades, they will do it efficiently. And therefore, they were able to fit into the system. And they get the jobs and they move on. You see, Africans, we come here, we have to do all kind of scheming and before we can even land on common cleaning jobs. Because you don't have understanding. The chemicals that they use, you don't have understanding. You are not exposed to how they are supposed to be treated and or to be handled. And therefore, you can only scheme and tell lies during the interview. But when it comes to the practical aspect, you fail. That is a fact. And therefore, there is the need for us to look at the educational sector to make our graduates at all levels competitive. And under no circumstance that someone will walk on the street of any African country that he hasn't gone to, or he hasn't been to university or any college, and therefore he has nothing to do. Programs such as apprenticeship, mentorship must be purposefully designed and then roll out to bring all these young men and women standing on the streets, selling things, suffering. We give them a new perspective. We give them hands-on skills and use them to do more things, you see. So it is time for us to wake up. And as a matter of fact, whatever any government has done in Africa, Ghana in particular, and whatever the current government is doing, I say it without any reservation that the ordinary person's life will not see any improvement. Yes, we can talk of the dollar strengthening, the cedi strengthening against the dollar. This and that and that and that. This is the only thing that you get as your change or your improvement. The other government that came, the same thing. But the change or the improvement in the life of the ordinary person, that he is able to take up himself and make good things or good life of whatever he is doing, it will never happen. The living condition, the dilapidated houses, this kind of disorganized towns and cities and all those things will still be there. As it is right now, if you are in Ghana, to travel from Kumasi to Accra or Accra to Kumasi, the two biggest cities or the link between the South and the Middle, the North, is completely broken down. And it is not the work of this present government. This thing is kind of something that happened as it's a build-up. We take loans, then we use the loans to build the roads, but there is no other funds for its maintenance. That is where the problem is, and that is why I'm saying that if I'm the president of Ghana today, the military will be our source of construction. I'm telling you, the military will be involved in the road constructions and maintenance. They will train the paramilitary units. I will create paramilitary units and use the military to train them to maintain the roads, such that we don't have to go for loan. Even if we are going for loan or any assistance, we're only talking of the materials, but not the manpower. As a matter of fact, we're going to do it our way. We're going to do it our way. And so this is the time that you got to wake up. You can never run any vibrant economy without the availability of the skilled worker class. The skilled worker class is non-existent in Africa. When it comes to tailoring, Africans, those who are doing tailoring, is just simple, maybe learning it from someone. There are no colleges. There are no institutions teaching them. When you talk of culinary services, all human beings eat. But some people have been able to organize this area of our lives, and they've made industry of it. They train them. You go for a special class, and they standardize the food they are making. All these things are jobs. Africans, we want to eat ours the way it is. Traditional food. That is what we want. Then you turn around and say there are no jobs. When you come here, the jobs you are doing is preparing the foods that some people have refined and created a new way of looking at it. You see, so all these things are littered outside, you see. And even when you talk of the competitiveness of Africa, it is not only our educational system, even the food we eat. Our food is not competitive with other people outside Africa, because we lack packaging. We don't have the idea that the human being has come to a level that packaging is a very key thing. And therefore, Africans still want to prepare their food the way they used to do it at home. The same thing, you go to wherever you go for African food, is the same style, the same thing, eating with hands and all those things. Who wants to do that? Even if some people want to come and try, it's just for fun. They do it for fun and they don't come back just one or twice. Oh, I've tried that one. Oh, I know I've tried that one. That is what they do. But we haven't been able to make it an industry such that all other people rush to it as we rush to buy sushi and all those kind of things, you see. And so it is time that we look at the education that we are rendering to our children back at home and change it once and for all. We need skilled workers, and skilled workers can only exist only when we have vocational, trade, college and polytechnics everywhere in the country. Demote all the universities in Ghana, all the private universities. And as a matter of fact, if I'm the president of Ghana, I will take on all the churches with universities, and I will make sure that their universities are demoted to polytechnics, colleges, and they have to go into the hinterland, not in the cities. I'm telling you, that is a fact. We have to do this. And as I said yesterday, crude oil has to go through a certain process for it to become a refined oil before you can use it for any purpose. Gold dust must be taken through fire for it to become a refined gold before it has price. You see, in the same way, if we want to see improvement and move along the pace of other nations, then we have to take drastic decisions. We have to take drastic steps. And these are some of the things that we have to do. You cannot build an economy with only graduates. Graduates don't have skills. They have only academic degrees. But you can build economy where you produce goods and services with only skilled workers. Even if you take countries like India, Philippines and all those things, now even they are exporting their skilled workers to the developed world. They are exporting their skilled workers to the developed world. They are not graduates. Please, you guys get this right. They are specially trained people from colleges and polytechnics. Even if they've gone to university at all, they've done this, and they'll go on to improve upon it and add the academic aspect to it. But those who are really creating the things, designing and doing these things, are college students, are polytechnic students. Some of them are even apprenticeship. And so that is where we need to be. We need to challenge ourselves. So today I'm speaking to you, and I just want to challenge every one of you. We have to challenge ourselves that there is the need for a change. And those in power, the president and his ministers, that you have to think beyond this simple thing that you are doing all the time, that we go in cycle. Oh, the economy is doing good. Tomorrow something comes up, they will say economy is not doing good. The previous government said they couldn't do anything because of COVID. The other one said they couldn't do anything because of, in Ghana, I'm talking in Ghana and most African countries, they couldn't do anything because of the Russia and Ukraine war. Now the Iranian and US war too has started. The new government too will have it in the way that prices of oil has gone up, this has gone up, and we keep on doing these things. We don't have to necessarily depend on international market. Yes, we are part of it, but we should have a vibrant system in such a way that even while all these things are happening, people will be able to move on with their life with minimal changes. That is all. That is all. And so this is the time for me. I'm only appealing to every one of you. And my message, the purpose of this education is to wake you up. Is to wake you up. Our engineers, our inventors are being left wasted because they have no way to go to develop their skills. Someone who is technically oriented, put a person in a university classroom, it irritates a person. That is not where he's supposed to be. But when he gets out, there is no program, there is nothing. Even if he goes to a college, people begin to laugh at him. And if we don't know, Ghana in particular, if you are Ghanaian and you are listening to me, if you don't know, the late Apostle Kwadwo Safu, what is his highest qualification? I think it was a polytechnic, yeah. What is his status now? He's left an indelible mark in the minds of the world. And if we can take the late Kwadwo Safu and replicate about 100 of him across Ghana, I tell you, we'll have different things coming up. And that is what we are talking about. This education that we concentrate on, university and all degrees, is no longer something that we have to preoccupy. Let us build our economy, our nation from economy, the middle class. And then as we go on, the top class will follow up, you say. But now, we're just producing unproductive, uncompetitive graduates. And then the ordinary people that travel outside, they cannot even match. They cannot match with other ordinary people from other part of the world because they don't have any training. So that is my message for you. A word to a wise is enough. And it is my dream and my prayer that you will catch this fire so that you will wake up. Let your leaders, those in power, know that you know more than they know, or you know what you're supposed to know, and let them do what they're supposed to do. All these kind of things that you're doing, that and that place, you won't see anything different. Your life will not change. In the same way, if the other party comes, your life will not change. But if we get the right structures, and we still even maintain the same parties, and they operate within the right structures, we all team up to look at things from a different window for the common interest of the nation, we will get a better resource. And as I said, if I'm to be the president of Ghana, or if I become the president of Ghana, educational ministry will see a lot of changes, and educational ministry will no longer be a ministry. It will be an independent body that will be responsible for designing, restructuring, reviewing, and introducing programs and initiatives in education that benefits the nation from every angle. That is my message for you. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, as I sign off, I just want to remind you, please click on the subscribe button and join us. If you want to be part of this movement, please leave a comment. However you want to contribute, however you want to be part of it, we need people who can help us with some technical items. And if you technical issues such as editing and some of these video skills. If you have such skills and you are in Greater Toronto and you want to be part of it, or you want to be part of the conversation, please leave a comment and we will arrange and see how best we can work together to bring this message of empowerment and enlightenment into every nook and corner of Africa and the world. Thank you, and God bless you.